there's Diablo Apox. Leap of Faith again by Anduin Danslow, and Majid's gonna be able to finish him off. 3 kills, a triple for PFM. And now Diablo being surrounded. Fade falling to 25% health, Condemn, and Diablo's down. That might be the actual play of the game. They find another kill.
Apocalypse coming out though. Red team. Oh my god! Red team almost got him.
Axon jumping over to get some kills.
Oh, Ragnarok getting the concussion mine, knocking him out into the fray. Oh, the definition of unlucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the big show, the grand finals of Division C in Season 9. Welcome to the show. I'm your host tonight, Murda, joined by the ever so lovely Slexia. How are you doing, my darling? I've been good. I mean, we haven't honestly casted in a minute. I'm sad for that, and I'm very happy that we're able to be here tonight. We got Cosmos from the West. They're the number 4 seed from that bracket. And then the other side, it's Scalding, Sweat Cult from the East. Let me quickly pull up those brackets so you guys can see how they got here. Yeah, super small on my screen, but it looks like Cosmos, they knocked out... Who is this? Oh, I have it here. Perfect. Amateur opponents. They were able to beat them 3-1 in the semifinals. And on the other side, Scalding Sweat Cult was able to defeat Team Tiny 3-1 in their semifinal round. I guess the divisional finals is what you would normally call it. Her mic is not working. Oh, rip. Oh, rip. It's better that way, she says. Hold on. I got this. Give me a mic check really quick.
Mic check 1 2. What's up? It's Slexia.
Yeah, we got you now. I'm so sorry about that, guys. She's here. She said nice things. We want to repeat what you said?
No, I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I'm just happy to be here. What's up, everyone?
This is what happens when we don't do a true sound check.
Yeah, it's my bad. It's my bad. Weenus is familiar. Now Murda's familiar too, but even more so today.
Well, everyone is here in our lobby. We are 2 minutes past ready time. So I'm going to let them know we're finally ready to go. Slexi, I hope you're ready this time.
I am. I cannot cast in these shades, though. I don't know how you do it.
It's an acquired technique, okay? But I am honored that you decided to put on those fancy mirrors tonight. They look great. Oh, speaking of fancy, look, I got my Division C Grand Champions shirt on. That is Regen Red from Season 6, the Grand Champions.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Risai Sheik cried. I'll never forget it. All right, let's get into this.
We're about to get going. Map number 1 is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'll quickly go over our map bans tonight. It was the Scalding Sweat Cult winning the toss, opting to ban out Brax's Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity. Cosmos, they banned out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. And as I mentioned, this will be Tomb of the Spider Queen as chosen by Cosmos. I think we're ready. What's going on here? Are we going to launch?
Yeah.
I think,
yeah.
Oh, wait, no, we have they said sec. Okay. We're waiting for Scalding Sweat Cult. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Silver Jackal's filling chat, and we could have easily just clicked ready, but it would have just been, they would have debated them already, the other team. First play of the game.
Shwee's in chat asking, Murda, who is on that team, referencing the Regen Red team.
Shwee was on that team.
Shwee was indeed on that team.
Yeah.
He's a grand champion.
Yeah, he is. Grand champion. Was he offlaner that season? Yes.
Yeah, he played a lot of Leoric that season, if I recall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, we just got our ready check from Broom Boy of the Scalding Sweat Cult. Looks like Silver Jackal is ready to go as well. I think we're about to be underway. Game number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let me try to say it like you. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Let's go. Division
right,
C Grand Finals underway. Scalding Sweat Cult on the clock with the first ban.
You know, I am not familiar with what these players select and if we're going to see target bans. I would expect maybe to see some Cassia bans just because she's still a little overtuned in the normal,
Definitely.
non-NGS meta, and that can be rough. But I don't know. It looks like they're going to give us the full countdown here.
Yeah, why not? You're also probably going to end up seeing a Johanna ban here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. She's way too good. And speaking of bans, if you're not familiar, NGS has May banned for the entirety of Season 9, including this Grand Finals round. So don't be expecting May to show up.
All right. Well, if you don't have to worry about banning May, then you really, have a free ban, if you will. Tassadar being that ban here, he has a lot of potential to set up plays with his walls. And in a blow-up comp, if you can't get away, you definitely don't want to see it. So I'm not surprised. A Medivh being banned, though. A little surprised, Murda. What about you?
Not as surprised as you. Yeah, I guess I am. I'm lying. Totally surprised.
Yeah, just a little bit. I guess there must be a player on the side of Scalding Sweat Cult that picks him up frequently. Second ban, though, maybe will be a tank ban. Dax and chat saying Zol, Johanna, Orphea, Tass.
Can you guys confirm if you're hearing in-game sounds right now? I think it's not working, actually. Hold on. Let me... where's this button I want to do?
KT getting banned.
Do-do-do. I don't think they're hearing in-game sounds.
We'll have to wait until we're in the game to go to the options, right?
Okay, I got it. I got it?
Do you?
I think. Maybe not.
Well, Johanna makes it through. Shui saying Johanna's a trash tank. But we did see Zeratul banned alongside KT from the opposite teams. Feels like Blue Side is target banning. Dax is saying can't hear or no sounds in game. We're gonna fix it. Don't worry.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm in the process
Don't worry.
of fixing it.
Don't worry. It's being fixed right now. So both tanks picked up. ETC and Johanna Greymane picked up as well for the side of Cosmos. You guys, thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, we appreciate the feedback. Thank you, because I'm totally scrambling now to make sure this is working for you guys. I think that'll do it for sure. Yes?
Perfect. Who doesn't want to hear my voice twice? Me. I'll answer that first. No one else needs to answer. All right, Anduin, Li Ming picked up. Definitely interesting to see Li Ming on Tomb. They must be really confident in their Li Ming play. Her wave clear is not ideal. So I'm curious what they'll pick up to make up for the lack of that.
Yeah, not certain why this isn't working. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's try this audio cable.
There's still a delay, so let's wait to see if this worked. The county fair, what does that mean? He said, there we go, it's fixed. So there's the delay. They just got the previous fix.
Oh!
Artist
okay.
is the last ban for Cosmos.
Let me switch it back to what I had it at then.
But in-game sound is gone again.
In-game sound is gone again. Okay. Damn it, sound is annoying. Slexia went God mode for a minute. Okay. Well, hopefully that's it. If we don't have in-game sounds, this is going to be one very quiet Grand Finals.
I can actually step away from saying anything about the game and just make the noises for the in-game. Like I can make the ambient noises as well as maybe like the hero yells. I can probably do the Greymane snarl if I need to. If we really get desperate, I can go do that. I can say like whatever Li Ming says in Anduin. It could be like for the Alliance, and you don't even need in-game sound. So don't even worry. Anyway, we see Imperius getting picked up alongside Mephisto as the mage for the blue team. And I'm okay with that. But I'm more concerned about the red team and their lack of wave clear. All I see is Johanna with wave clear right now.
I actually really like this Mephisto pick. If they're able to find the Li Ming ever stuck out, that Durance of Hate locking her in, she's such a squishy target that if Anduin's not ready with that leap of faith, very easy to take her down. And now picking up a hero like Hanzo as well, that could be trouble for them if either of those targets is taken out early in this fight, any of the fights by Mephisto.
Yeah, I mean, Hanzo does have an escape, but Mephisto's damage is just so unpredictable. You really have to play against him often enough to know what's going on. It's crazy, it's chaotic. So, can you hear my Greymane snarl? No. Maybe. Let me be honest, maybe. And the support for the side of Cosmos will be Brightwing.
Okay. Well, there it is. Let me...
Quick, turn the echo back on so Slexia can do the Imperious voice.
I think I may have figured out what we need to do. Let me do this one last button. One last button. I think this will fix it. And then I just have to hit something here. And I'm going to pray this works.
Okay. I'm going to send positive vibes, because
I think I did it.
Those work too. Okay, cool.
I did it. Okay. Just in time. Just in time.
Perfect.
I was freaking out. So, just to fill you guys in case you care and you're like, Murda, what the heck is going on? Something happened with my voice meter banana operation tool here, application. It all reset. I haven't streamed on this profile since that happened. My bad. So I apologize to you guys at home. I apologize to the teams. You didn't hear the sounds during that first draft, but I'm 99% sure it's working now. Slexia, you're still working. There's no echo on you either.
Okay.
We're all good.
Nice. Even if there is, I think everyone's okay with it. So with that being said, I'm taking these glasses off so I can cast this game as we get into game 1 in the grand finals for Division C.
And welcome on in Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 1. I'm going to introduce this team on the left-hand side first. We got Oddity, the captain, playing the Brightwing here. Silver Jackal still in base on the Mephisto. Here is Nay on Imperious, Ciaris on ETC, and E-Day 15 on the Worgen Greymane. Give it up for the number 4 seed out of the West. They're known as Cosmos.
And on the red side, playing for Scalding Sweat Cult, we have Bashing on Leoric, Broomboy on Johanna, Ogle the Great playing Hanzo, Viper on Anduin, and Broomji on Leeming. Wish I could get as hype as you. Let's go!
Let's go!
All right, there we go.
I did hear in-game sound was a little bit loud. I lowered it just a bit. Thank you for that, Hex. Appreciate you helping us out on the sound check. And welcome on in, game number 1. And I'm going to put these level 1 talents up on the screen and catch my composure a bit. That was a little bit of mayhem as we see the first phase shift of the game already coming out from Oddity.
Had we been casting you while trying to figure out the sound, it would have been he is very panicked. Murda is panicked as we try to... I'm just kidding. Anyway, we see the rotations from mid to top as usual. Both teams staying pretty close together. Blue team not so much, but they wanted to get some last experience globes. They're looking to be a nuisance, Murda. As we see ETC sliding into this upper right quadrant as Scalding Sweat Cult tries to even rotate to the mid lane.
We've seen Ciaris, plenty of him in the past, playing in a grand finals here. I believe he's been in these shoes before. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone in chat knows, but I'm pretty sure Ciaris has been a grand champion before. So looking for potentially another one to add to the trophy shelf tonight.
I am not certain, but maybe someone in chat is. And those of you in chat, thank you for joining us. It looks like red team is taking their time because they really need to figure out how they're going to rotate. This time, Johanna kind of taking a safer rotation to block off any chances of blue team invading their rotation. What's happening bot though, Murda?
Yeah, I'm trying to check out bot lane. Look at this. Imperious getting kind of pushed in right now by Leoric. Just bashing their way on in with this Leoric. And getting a little bit of damage onto that wall. And one of those towers now turning in 9 gems for the Scalding Sweat Cult.
9 gems? But here's the thing. I have a question. Do you ever think of that smashing meme when you read the name Bashing?
Oh, man. I don't even know what the smashing meme is.
You know, that dude that's like smashing. But anyway, okay, well, enough about what goes on in my mind. No.
Oh, rip.
No, it's not, I don't know. Someone in chat probably knows what I'm talking about. Then I'll have to share the image with you. But enough about that. Both teams just pretty even in experience.
Ooh.
Blue a little more ahead. What's up?
Yeah, nice save there by Johanna. Popped that iron skin. Almost got collapsed on by a 4-man rotation coming her way. But still no first blood. We're almost 3 minutes in, Slexia.
Yeah, these teams don't want to risk it. I mean, Greymane got a little low in the beginning, but ultimately it's just all about controlling this map from the start and getting that first turn in, not losing gems. We're pretty even on both sides with those spider bets. But oh no, there's a slide onto Broomboy top lane. Mephisto's damage is doing so much, and it looks like this is going to be a kill. But he's able to actually make it out!
Wow! The, like, little heal from Anduin. Not so little that time. Kept Broomboy up. Still no first blood. We're 3.5 in. Johanna, you got to think about a week ago, losing a bit of cooldown. Or I guess adding in more cooldown, depending on how you want to look at it, on that iron skin, maybe coming into play right there in that play.
Possibly. But also, I mean, blue team can be like, we're scaling, it's all good. They haven't even got their level 7s. You know, and they almost killed a Johanna, but it did take everything they had. So we'll see how this works out. Both teams trying to turn in their gems to get that first web weaver phase.
Yeah, it was very close. Silver Jackal was just maybe like half a second away from getting the channel of these final 5 gems needed for Cosmos. Now looking for it again, gonna hop into the Shade of Mephisto, looking to kill Johanna.
Oh
but
my
whoa,
god!
Broomboy will not go down.
No, that was a clutch yeet of faith, as Dax and Venus call it. He was saved, but Anduin only has that cooldown ever so often. They're ready for it. They're ready to use the cooldowns on the red side so that they cannot be killed and this blow up comp will not be successful. But what was successful was blue team getting that first web weaver phase.
I just realized, chat, thank you. I never changed the team logos. Murda is all over the place today. This is what happens when I don't cast for weeks at a time. Things happen, and then, you know, that happens. So I'll have to figure that out during the break. I got one of them
no
fixed.
worries. We're good. This top web weaver was only managed to get a little bit down on a tower, but it looks like mid is the key structure that blue team is aimed for, as the fort is already at half health. The web weaver is still remaining at half health as well. Broomboy coming in and blue team deciding, you know what, we got as much as we could. We're just going to keep soaking and scaling and denying, looking for these picks. And I think the reason they're going for Broomboy is the fact that he has 25 gems, Murda, out of the 50 needed to turn in.
Well, they can start looking to get those in right now. If they'd like to, at least.
It looks like they would much rather pick up the Bruiser first. This is going to allow blue team to turn in the rest of their gems and also get their Bruiser out. Blue team will need to have eyes on both points, though.
Well, they're trying to defend top with Mephisto right now. There's Broomboy and Ogle trying to get a bunch of gems in, but Mephisto stalling it out for just a little bit here.
Yeah, the cool thing about Mephisto is his ability to use his shade, poke a little bit, and go back to safety. The thing is, you still take that damage while you're, you know, using that ability. Both teams are going to have to deal with these bruiser camps mid, and the web weaver phase was successful. Gems turned in as red team looks to get their first web weavers of the game.
All right. Logos are fixed, Lexia. I did it. Multitasking.
Perfect. Are you okay?
No, like literally the worst production of my life at the worst possible time. I feel like the loser of tonight's matchup. Either team tonight, they're going home winners with me here.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Oh, here's the blow up they're looking for, but Light Bomb already being used as ultimates are online. Durance of Hate secures that kill. And my game's a little choppy, but yeah, that's the only person that died, Johanna. There must be some major beef with her because she's been a target this whole time.
Yeah, a little minor lag spike for you there, but I think we caught your call. Yeah, Johanna falling, and let's take a look at the death count. That's first blood of the game. Finally, Broomboy falls after a few times very low on health. It's going to be credited to Greymane, E-Day 15, with the first kill of the game.
And both teams have enough gems for turn-in once more. Both teams have ultimates The only ultimate used was Durance of Hate by Mephisto to secure that kill, so blue team has a lot more available to them and possibly the upper hand in getting this next Webweaver phase.
Well, Nay holding on to 12 won't have a chance to turn him in that time because it's going to be back-to-back turn-in by the Scalding Sweat Cult. They did lose their Johanna on their last attempt, but this time with walls down, could be some of the first torch of the game falling, unless if Johanna can't make it out. She has the Iron Skin. She'll probably be fine. Not going to try to re-engage a bit. Or not.
I mean, when that slide comes out, the face melt, Johanna, if that D is available, able to use Iron Skin, she's able to get out. She's been caught several times without it, but hold on. There is a Hanzo arrow into the Entomb as well as a light bomb, and we see ETC fall this time. A little bit of a vendetta, maybe. Brightwing goes down as well.
Who just saw that? Ogle just jumped over the fort, was like, you're not getting away. And before that, it was the phase shift coming out from Oddity that was just, what? Like, barely survived with like 20 health. What a find there by Ogle to finish off Brightwing.
It was a lot going on for that whole thing. It was like, this is their wombo. They want the Entomb with the Hanzo arrow, and they want to assassinate these team members. But Brightwing, you know, having her slippery skin, I imagine she has the skin of a serpent, even though she's like a fairy dragon, was able to get out, and that wasn't the case there, Murda.
Well, SSC might be thinking about a boss, or maybe just a little death trap here up by the boss. Sierras is going to check it out. Will he be captured? Entomb is ready to go. There it comes down onto ETC. Sierras locked in, going to pop that mosh pit, but not going to be able to make it out. The Entomb is just too strong. Well played by Bashing.
My God, we're seeing what this comp looks like. I was skeptical with the Leeming. I was skeptical with the Hanzo. But if this is something that works for the side of Scalding Sweat Cult, then good for them, because it is working. They have 3 kills as opposed to the 1 for the side of Cosmos, and they're going to be able to pick this boss up, which puts Cosmos in a rough spot because they do have turn-in, and they're going to get it, but they're going to have to deal with boss as well.
Yeah, so this is kind of the epic dilemma. Do you go for the turn-in or do you not? This time they will choose to do so. We'll be able to push out this boss, but how much value are they going to get from these 55 gems they just had to use? In my opinion, probably not going to end up being too much. I think all these outer forts are still going to be standing by the end of this phase.
Yeah, with top Webweaver descending behind the keep wall, they're just not going to get much value there. 4 members of the red team mid able to deal with that Webweaver. Bottom Webweaver, I mean, stopped essentially dealing with the minion wave, will go down before it even reaches a wall, which is down, but if a wall were there before it would reach that, Murda.
Well, they're going to try to split soak where they can. Going to push up this mid lane a bit as they see a catapult approaching their side of the map. And you did see Imperius there on your screen, trying to wait and see if anyone wanted to rotate past. Now seeing Leoric not in the bottom lane, they're going to make their move here.
I mean, they have to get a structure somewhere. They are down 2 forts themselves. They almost have mid fort, so they're going for this bottom fort. They have their cooldown 7 seconds on Mosh, but Ciaris, using his slide to get out, will be safe. He's going to have to figure out when he wants to use that to go back in. Unfortunately, Greymane did use Cursed Bullet, and that is down at this time.
Well, Slexia, I was right. The phase ended. All the structures are still standing, but
yeah,
they're going to get one anyway. There it goes. Moshpit not going to connect on the... Ooh. A little bit of a miss there from Hanzo on the arrow. Didn't really need it because the Moshpit was off target as well. Entomb down, but not locking in the right target. Perhaps Bashing could find themselves in trouble here.
Right. That Entomb brought me back to when Shui was playing Leoric back in the other grand finals. Actually, it missed absolutely everyone. And both teams make it out safely.
Well, still just 3-1 is our kill count. Let's take a look at the board. 1 for Johanna, Hanzo, and Leeming. On the other side, still just that 1 kill for E-Day15 and that Greymane. About even on XP, though. We're going to be at level 16 for both of these sides very soon. And gem counts are also pretty even here, Slexia. 52 to 53 right now.
Right. I mean, if we look at the siege damage for both teams, Johanna has the most for the red side. Leoric just picking that up. It's kind of like a back and forth because they don't have wave clear, but they do have that kill pressure. So curious what's happening down here in this choke, though. Broom Boy getting polymorphed and Endurance of Hate coming out, landing this time onto Ogle the Great, using his trait to jump away, but ETC is the one to fall. Just, oh, Brightwing again as well. It's like, oh no, Imperius goes down. There's just a small window of time that blue team is able to be down there and kill them before they get murdered, and they're not meeting that deadline, Murda.
Slexia, there's a bit of a silver lining here for Cosmos. They did turn in all of the gems they had on hand before that fight took place. They didn't end up losing any. So once these heroes get back on the map, they're pretty much where they left off in terms of getting their next objective. But they're going to have to deal with a bit of a push here coming out from Scalding Sweat Cult.
That is a bit of a silver lining. These web weavers will be descending a bit far back, I guess, is another bit of a silver lining. Bit of silver lining, not a silver lining. Both teams have level 16, so they do have the same talent tier. But they need to be able to get those kills to make any advancements on the map. And there is Ciara sliding in and moshing, bashing, who gets gripped away by Anduin. And cooldowns are gone.
Viper has been clutch here in game one with this pull. Now Oddity in trouble, has the blink heal outside of the Entomb. There's Endurance of Hate onto Leoric. Jumping in now is Greymane. Great polymorph from Oddity. Gonna pick up their second kill of the game. Looking for more now. Angelic Armaments from Imperius trying to chase anything down. They won't find it, but that one pick on Leoric gonna help them clear up these waves. Webweaver's still pushing.
I mean, Leoric was caught in his own Entomb for that kill. And, you know, he does have his trait at least, but the thing about entombing Brightwing with Blink Hill is she can get right out. So
Ciara is still trying to threaten back as Oddity takes a very big orb to the face. Here's the arrow from Hanzo. No one there to follow up. Oddity's still going to be alive, but more orbs coming in from Leeming that he has to dodge.
that is a lot to deal with. Webweaver still present bottom lane with quite a wave. Needs to be cleared up because this is the final, I mean, keep wall that we're dealing with for blue side. Actually, both towers. And they have turn in once more. So boss is available again. Red team has everything pushed so far over to the blue side of the map. What do we need to see from Cosmos to come back this game?
Well, they're probably going to need their turn in, and they need to keep eyes on this boss as well. We've already seen Scalding Sweat Cult put a little bit of priority onto it earlier, but it was with the hero down. I believe it was the ETC that was dead when they picked up that boss, so don't lose heroes right now. Stay alive. Make sure you get your turn in, and make sure these waves are in a good enough spot that you're able to push in with those web weavers.
Ooh, though, just when Cosmos thinks that they have the safe time to do this, Bruiser and Entomb comes to throw a stick in the spokes of their good time. Durance used to zone the rest of Red Team away, but their tank is down again. ETC has died 4 times this game. I think it's a thing after Johanna was targeted. They're like, all right, well, we're going to target your tank because ETC is a lot squishier. We're seeing that.
It all starts with these Entombs from Bashing's Leoric that have been absolutely on point. The follow-up with the Light Bomb, with the Dragon's Arrow, the CC chain, and keeping everyone really just the one target they want inside that Entomb has been playing lights out so far for them.
Right. And a playmaker like ETC, when they have that small window that I mentioned to actually kill the red team, being taken out is a big deal. It is kind of rough. Red team now making their way to their bruisers. While blue team has ETC up, can decide to get turn in, but they got to push these waves out.
Well, they're looking to pick up the bruiser camp, and they will. It's wide open for them, but they don't have the gems on hand for their next turn in. That's going to be available, however, for Cosmos as they start making their way towards his bottom web weaver. They have to be careful for Bashing, especially now at level 20. Picking up the Buried Alive and finding a target inside. Silence, here comes that big arrow from Hanzo. It's the play of the game, and they will pick up the kill onto Greymane. Looking for more on the Brightwing, but she's got that blink heal out, just the one kill. But that might be all they wanted right there.
That phase shift was so calculated, knowing that damage would go out, still was not enough to keep the gray main alive. And this is going to be a huge push. That may have been play of the game, as you mentioned. If blue team can't get out of their base, they can't get their turn in, and they can't make any progress across this map. This is going to be mid keep going down. But hold on, I don't know if Ciaris wants that to happen. It's going to happen, but he doesn't want it to.
Definitely doesn't want to. Look at Ogle, 300 health, gonna be able to walk away for now. Mephisto gonna try to chase, but not quite in range. Broom Boy down to 50% health, gonna get that grip again from Viper. Anduin still playing as well as he possibly can here in game number 1, making sure this tank doesn't fall.
Yeah, I think it's time to change up targets for blue team. It's a little late though, as they do not yet have level 20, but Johanna is not the call. She cannot be killed, clearly. So it's time to focus someone else. They still need to focus on getting a turn in. And they're scaling. There's so much damage. Bottom lane has no fort whatsoever. They could possibly get a turn in and get a pick and push, and the game could still go over to them. That's the crazy thing. This map can play on forever. And that's what we're seeing as we're at 19 minutes into this game. Win conditions, I think, for both teams.
Oh, good polymorph to make sure they get that turn in. Yeah, that's big for them. And they're still holding on to plenty of gems as well. I think it's another 40 in hand right now. Just can't afford to lose this ETC yet again, and they will. The Entomb continues to be a problem for Cosmos. 9th kill of the game for the Scalding Sweat Cult.
Yeah, and with that Glyph of Faith, I mean, red team has to feel comfy, Murda, because of those Yeets of Faith being so on point.
Yeet! Here comes the phase shift onto Imperius, who has to play the role of main tank here during this push. I don't think they end up getting much more than maybe this fort, and they won't even. But top lane still so pushed out. Bottom lane, it's just now crossing midfield. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's looking a bit rough for blue team, especially if their tank cannot survive. I think if there's an interrupt or something, that's what needs to happen when that Entomb comes out. But there it is again, this time on Imperius, who's able to walk out, does impale the Leoric, but why it's not called Life Grip. It's called Leap of Faith.
You got it.
But like, I want to only call it Yeet of Faith or Life Grip, and it's grand finals. I need to get it straight. Anyway.
Well, they do get the top 4. Look at that. Here comes another play of the game from Hanzo. These Dragon Arrows late game are starting to pay off for Ogle the Great. Durance of Hate onto Leoric, but he's just fine. Not going to chase out this Mephisto. Oddity is there with the polymorph, and now Bashing could find himself in trouble.
Yeah, Bashing could find himself in trouble. He was on the pursuit, trying to look for a kill, but that massive orb just is keeping blue team from being able to come close. I mean, Oddity is doing his best to blink heal when possible, but if the damage dealers cannot step up to the backline of red team, there's just no chance that they will ever die. And quite frankly, I don't see that happening right now.
Who's your MVP to this point in the game? We've seen so much tremendous play, especially on the side of Scalding Sweat Cult in these team fights, but such a team effort so far. You really can tell this is a grand finals team, really on both sides, with the amount of coordination and synergy of teamwork here we're ending up seeing in this game number 1.
I mean, I think Bashing is doing an excellent job. Very, very good job, and I would call him prematurely the MVP of the game for me. But I cannot discount Oddity and those phase shifts. It's like you hear the sound of Entomb and Z is pressed on that target that's caught. And Oddity's there. They may die, but I mean, that's some clutch phase shifting by that Brightwing. Never thought I'd say it, but might be second place for me.
Well, Scalding Sweat Cult's going to try to look for their second keep of the game, but Viper in a tough spot, Bashing, saving the day with that Entomb. Here comes Hanzo yet again, and Viper's going to survive. You can absolutely thank Leoric for that one. Bashing is incredible here in game number 1.
Ban-worthy Bashing, actually, is what I'll call him. Nay, though, with 20 gems, I don't even think gems matter at this point. Trying to get away, because it is just going to be a constant core defense from catapults for the blue side. The thing is, instead of focusing Johanna, like I mentioned, I think they need to figure out how to get to the back line. There is no way that they're going to be able to move forward and get this W that they want without killing that Hanzo and Li Ming. Even the Anduin. Two leaps of faith is just too many. You know what I mean?
They have to keep eyes on Leoric, right? He's been the one starting these fights. We've said it so many times already. I think maybe we get a bit more out of this Imperius. Come from some flanking angles, try to disrupt the backline a bit with this Imperius play, and keep bashing, guessing on where they're attacking from. But look at that. That Sonic Arrow from Hanzo just going to reveal absolutely everything in this current moment. And all they have to do is be patient. Bruiser Camp pushing in, Catapults pushing bottom lane. This could be trouble right now for Cosmos if they don't make a move quick.
I mean, they're looking to fight. They know this is the last chance that they have. There is an Entomb that does not land on anyone. Ciaris in the middle of Leoric as he's Wraith walking away, does nothing. Endurance misses. Cursed Bullet even went out. And they're not going to get anything from this. If anything, a Light Bomb is going to lead to the kill of that ETC. But hold on a second. Leoric does die. But like I said, blue team is going to have to be defending their core for the rest of this game. And that is exactly where they have to go back, as the percentage is dropping in chunks.
Yeah, we're also going to see Nay fall. Imperius is down 40, less than 40 actually, onto this core. Greymane's able to save it, but still a couple more waves coming. And here come the Scalding Sweat Cult trying to close out game number 1.
I think they're going to be successful, Murda. I mean, there are 3 members left to defend. 4 members of the red team pushing in. Scalding Sweat Cult has to tap this a few times. A small shield left with 31%. Broomboy's health is just a resource to get that core down, and these orbs are just coming in at a rapid pace. There's Endurance of Hate and a kill on Hanzo, but that core does fall. And that is GG for game 1 in the Division C Grand Finals, Murda, going over to the side of Scalding Sweat Cult.
Absolutely well played there in game number 1. Total kills, I believe, were 12. Yes, 12 kills for the Scalding Sweat Cult, and just the 6 for Cosmos. Gonna net them that game 1 victory. Slexia, who's your MVP after seeing that?
Like I said, Leoric, Bashing, doing a great job. I mean, a great job because he engaged with the Entombs. He used the Entombs to zone people out. I've talked about it in many casts that this is my favorite map for Leoric, especially in these choke points. It's not even just to capture team, opposite team members, but to really just control a whole section of the map. It's a huge wall, and he did a great job. That is my MVP. What about you?
I have to agree, especially after level 20. The moment they got that silence, anything locked inside is just done. And fight after fight, that's exactly what we saw. Bashing, I believe your Leoric will be banned for the rest of the night after that one.
Also, I don't want to move forward without mentioning Anduin, played by Viper, did an excellent job. Like, 0 deaths, 100% accuracy and impact with those leaps of faith. Like, I don't know. Of course you have accuracy, but the impact of them.
Well, Slexia, I just got word that a couple players are going to need to reset their internet. A bit of lag spikes there in game number 1. So we're going to be taking a short break. Everyone at home, thank you for being here tonight. If you're not already following the channel, make sure you're following. NGS would love your support. Hit that follow button. And we'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes with game number 2. And welcome back to the Division C Grand Finals. Murda and Slexia here, and we just got done watching game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen, Scalding Sweat Cult up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. Heavy control by Scalding Sweat Cult on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And just an unconventional comp held together by a clutch Leoric player. And Leoric plays. I don't know, but we do have the second map that we're going to be headed to. And Murda, if you want to shine some light onto that, we could talk about it a bit.
Oh, I'll shine some light. It's going to be Dragon Shire, as chosen once again by Cosmos. They picked that first map as well, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Bit of a different map this time, with Dragon Shire being much more split. The lanes not as close together, so perhaps they're able to implement a different strategy that'll help them win this one.
Yeah, I mean, Leoric can be countered. Maybe they consider that, but I don't know if Scalding Sweat Cult will go Leoric on this map. I don't know who they have in their back pocket for that solo lane, which is so important here. It's just up in the air. I mean, when it comes to wave clear, we saw a much better wave clear from the blue team last map, and if they continue to go that, with those types of comps, they will have the experience under their belt, but they can't get caught out and get picked off like they were last game.
I love reading chat right now. We got New Baka and Dax here saying, "Can you feel the sweat?" And Dax saying, "I'm sweaty, New Baka." And then also saying, "Mama Aura demands a game 5. Commence payments." Absolutely, she's been in almost every single, especially last week in the divisional finals, just clamoring for game 5s every time, and being the illustrious division mod here for Division C, I'm sure this is exactly what she wants, a game 5 here for her grand finals.
I mean, who doesn't love a game 5? I want to lose my voice screaming at the plays in these games. We do see Scalding Sweat Cult making their way into this lobby finally, so I think we're getting closer to our game 2 at least.
Oh, they're all here. Look at that.
And look at that, was so quick. Love to see it.
Everyone's
but yeah, let's see if they're ready so we can get into it, because I just want to see what these drafts are like. I never would have expected a Li Ming Hanzo to be what was picked on Tomb of the Spider Queen and just dominate so hard. So I'm just curious what they have up their sleeve.
Yeah, I would not have picked them pre-game on game number 1, but they pulled it off. Really it was just that frontline play and maybe the backline play too of Anduin able to save so many of those leaps of faith for the right target at the right time. Outstandingly done in game number 1. I'm expecting the Leoric to draw a ban here in game number 2. It was just way too good from bashing. I see no way that gets through for the rest of the set.
Yeah, especially on maps that it has such a huge impact on, like the tight rotations on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But maybe, you never know. Maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. Murda sounds really quiet compared to Slexia. I mean, that's because I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. No, just kidding. Thank you for the feedback. He will correct that.
I'm always correcting sound today, apparently. That's my bad. Murda is being Murda. Here we go. Game number 2, Dragon Shire. The draft is underway with the red team banning first.
All right, Dragon Shire. Solo lane, super important. If there's a Rexar player, it is still something you want to pick or ban here. But I'm not sure. Last game, we saw the side of Cosmos only using target bans. Tassadar was the first ban for Scalding Sweat Cult last time, so I'm just curious what they're going to prioritize this game.
Yeah, the Tassadar ban I could see happening again. The Kael'thas ban as well. We're going to see it second time tonight. Banned out by the Scalding Sweat Cult. Do we see the ban onto Medivh again? It was a couple interesting bans. Medivh, Zeratul, Arthas, those 3 definitely seemed targeted, but was it too targeted? They're going to say no. They're going to ban Zeratul yet again.
I mean, if the Zeratul's a threat and you can't deal with it, you got to get rid of it. It does leave other things open, but I mean, you do what you got to do. You counter what you can. The second ban for the red side, I'm curious what it will be.
Game 1, it was the Tassadar. Game 2, it will also be
Yeah,
the Tassadar.
same bands. Yeah, same bands, different order.
And
there's the Medivh.
Okay, so this is telling me they
right.
don't want to deal with Void Prison or Leyline Seal. That's what they're worried about tonight. And they're banning out both of those again here in Game 2. Means they're still worried about it. That's going to leave open some of the same picks we saw in Game number 1 that Johanna maybe has a priority right now. And then later on, find that Leoric again for bashing.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that gives, I was going to say, off-lane priority pick to red team, but they go with Gleaming as their first pick.
Great
so
map
that is
for
very interesting. It is a great map, but I think the solo lane has such impact here that it would have been wise to pick that up. Now, I know that it could be countered if you pick it right away, and typically people wait, to do that last, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a Rexar is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, they steal away a couple picks here. They steal the Johanna and the Anduin. They're going to take their hand at it this time. So we're going to end up seeing something different from our East Coast champion, Scalding Sweat Cult. Here's the Greymane ETC. Okay. They're just swapping sides, that's all.
Yeah, okay, but Ming gets to stay over on Scalding Sweat Cult's team. But yeah, the tank and the healer swapped, and Greymane ETC.
Greymane Leeming is such a great pairing. You get the Cursed Bullet, and you help set up that first kill for Leeming. Sometimes all you need in a team fight. Now, if the Leoric does get banned here, they have options later on, like a Malthael for the solo lane that can further help that with the last rites. But it's going to be Deckard Cain banned out. It's going to leave open that Leoric. Is that an issue unless they take it themselves?
They could be looking to take it themselves. They could also just not feel like it's that big of a threat for some reason. I don't know. I mean, they will be able to pick next, and maybe they get it then, but I think they're both holding off to see who picks what so they can counter it. And that's not going to be an option for much longer. We're in the final picking phase, pretty much.
Well, Cassia, that's the first time we've called her name tonight after receiving a bit of a baseline nerf in the latest balance patch. Maybe not as much of a worry for either of these teams tonight, but it will draw a ban here in game number 2. She's still good, Slexia.
Yeah, last game, I was expecting she would be banned. Maybe that's just who they banned because they had no one else. Yrel being picked up by Nay, and that Mephisto again. Silver Jackal did a pretty good job with him. So now we have our offlaner. We need another assassin, but we know who we're going to see from Cosmos in that top lane. Now we get to see what the red team has.
Well, I got to see Cosmos play in their division finals, and I got to cast that with Arrow, actually. We did see some Cassia from them, especially in the game number 4 they were able to get it. So maybe, just maybe, we'll end up seeing her later on. It's going to be Stukov and Imperius to round out this draft for the Scalding Sweat Cult, with just 1 pick remaining.
Okay, so the Imperius this time it's flipping, right? Imperius is on the red team. So what can we expect to see over on the blue side? Are we going to see something like a Raynor, possibly like a Zul'jin? Like, I'm curious. They're picking up the Hanzo. All right. I think when they said, hold on, we have to fix our internet, they swapped teams and like switched players around and logged into each other's accounts because I'm confused.
That might be the case. I think you're right. But it will be the Light Bomb here. You also have the Johanna. Does she want to go into Falling Sword with the Light Bomb, perhaps? Or do we just end up seeing that Blessed Shield again? I do like this comp a bit better this time out of Cosmos. I think the Anduin is going to make all the difference for them in being able to save some targets from some of those fights that we saw that didn't go their way in game number 1. But Slexia, I have to ask you, after seeing these drafts, who do you think has the advantage heading into Dragonshire?
I mean, I think that we have the advantage over on the side of Scalding Sweat Cult, honestly. With the Hanzo and his poke damage, which can chunk and add up, and the Mephisto and his periodic damage, he's not going to have much impact or kill pressure in the beginning of the game. And I think it's going to make a huge difference what we see in the beginning of the game, and that's going to help determine who's going to take the W here. So I'm saying Scalding Sweat Cult.
Well, here we go. Game number 2, Dragonshire. Here on the left-hand side, we got Oddity playing the Anduin. Here's E-Day 15 on the Hanzo. Nay gonna play the Yrel this time. Silver Jackal once again on Mephisto. And rounding it out, playing tank tonight, it's Ciaris on the Johanna. Give it up for the West Coast champions, Cosmos.
And in a less engaging and exciting introduction for Scalding Sweat Cult on the red side, we have Bashing playing Imperius, Ogle the Great on Li Ming, Broomboy on ETC Viper playing Stukov, and Broomji on Greymane.
Fight well, heroes.
All right. That was exciting.
I said a less exciting and engaging.
We'll be power hungry for Li Ming this time, and it will be a dauntless pickup for Yrel. I think the last time we saw Nay play this was game number 4 of the Division C West Finals. Didn't go into the dauntless, so a bit of a change up here this time for Nay from the last time I got to see this.
Well, there's a huge slide from Boomboy with the Chastise coming out. And there's that early game targeting onto the red team's tank with no success.
No success yet. Ogle now in the bottom lane playing Li Ming, trying to grab some of this XP as the team is using some of those well taps perhaps. Broomboy actually going to use it in the bottom lane. Now rejoin here. Camps will be spawning in about 3 seconds. Neither team looking at it yet. But I'm expecting the side with the Greymane to have a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, they are heading over to their siege camp. Broomboy on the ETC is alone with 3 members of the blue team surrounding him, though. Just keeping vision and keeping, I guess, the wave heading over to his side of the map. He's not really anchoring for his team by being all the way in mid lane. But red team did have a much quicker start to getting these siege, and now he's very aware that blue team is on theirs as well. Spooked them a bit, Murda. It spooked them a little bit.
Spooked them just a little bit, Slexia.
A little bit of spooking around here.
Well, bottom shrine going to be in control of the Scalding Sweat Cult. Broomboy was able to step on the moon shrine for just a little bit there. Top side looks like it will be controlled currently by Yrel. There's Nay stepping on the point as Anduin is going to be able to capture the bottom, both now in control of Cosmos.
Well, Broomboy's already mid. No one is going to be on that Dragon Point channeling anytime soon. There are 3 members, though, of the red team that have rotated up and just murdered the Yrel. With this Bruiser camp already pushing up here. Red team has it together in getting this early game advantage here, and we see that with the coordination of this macro game on this map.
This is trouble. It's going to get the front wall, and if that fountain falls early, Nay's going to have such a hard time in this top lane. Unfortunately, they don't end up leaving the Greymane up here. I think the play is, yeah, absolutely, just leave Greymane there. Let him siege onto this wall with Yrel down. Would have been a great opportunity for them, but now just perhaps trying to find themselves a Dragon Knight to take an advantage that way.
Yeah, and now 2 members of the blue team are rotating up onto Imperius. They're probably just rotating up to clear, realistically. E-Day having to go mid, using his arrow to scout out the dragon. Notices that it is no longer being channeled, but bottom lane Anduin falls, Murda.
What a play by Stukov. That silence right on point. Anduin had no way to escape. Topside will remain in control of Imperius as we see the Scalding Sweat Cult starting to look at this bottom camp. The Bruiser camp has not been picked up by either team yet, and it's just wide open for them right now. And with this Greymane and the advantage he can give in the macro game, Broomji helping out SSC all over the place right now.
Yeah, Ogle the Great chunking down the Johanna, though. Ciaris was trying to get into the point to channel, but those missiles were just taking the health of Johanna. And now red team has a Bruiser pushing in another lane. That is bot with only 2 members here to defend. The third poking, you know, on the Hanzo, but these orbs are coming in and they're resetting too when they hit the team stepping out. Which is tough because we have this bottom wall and 1 tower already down, Murda.
Well, I'm trying to follow this action up top. Nay and Bashing are just fighting over this point, but finally, Yrel's going to hop away. Here's a slide onto Johanna, but going to be saved by Oddity that time. Leap of Faith. Yeah, both teams have that ability now. Game 1, it was so good. Game 2, looking just as fine.
Yeah, definitely good for both teams going with some weird form of a blow-up comp. Speaking of which, red team getting chunked down a lot, having to use taps, getting low on mana though, as well as health, where a tap may not be enough in the long run. They're here though. Broom Boy getting chastised with a condemn. Does not die again. Blue team, please stop focusing the tank and try something else. That is me sending that energy out.
I was following round number 2 on the Sunshrine top lane. Still no kills up there, but I think they're having some fun just lowering those health bars and threatening the kill either way. But it's Imperius who's winning that so far, Slexia, and that's really giving the Scalding Sweat Cult quite the advantage now with their Siege Giants even in the bottom lane. They have control. Maybe they can find this Dragonite. Maybe they won't. We'll see. Here comes Broom Boy yet again.
Yeah, getting chunked already at like 300 health. Does die with that poke and follow-up from Hanzo. Orb coming out, missing Ciaris and Oddity, who are standing on the point, able to channel it. And now red team has to decide how they're going to get bottom back, or maybe they're just looking at their camp timers. Their Bruiser is up again in 15 seconds. Their Siege, I think they sent out not too long ago, is up in 2 minutes. So they're really playing these camps and not too concerned about the objective point as long as they can get some structure damage down. But blue team is able to do just that as well. And Broomg jumping right onto that Johanna is able to secure a kill. Broom Boy coming in with a slide onto E-Day is able to make it out safely. And that's all that we're going to see here in bottom lane.
Well, check out Hanzo, 19 stacks on Simple Geometry. Very close to completing it. Maybe just one more battle there over that bottom shrine will do the trick. Bashing still having their way up against Urel, able to maintain control of this top shrine for the Scalding Sweat Cult as they're looking to find their first DK of the game. Here goes Greymane with the channel. Does he have it? No, interrupted by the Sonic Arrow. And that'll be the completion.
There is the quest complete. You hate to be the one to have a quest completed on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
when you're in game.
It's like the final kill of the game's on you. Oh, speaking of final kill, this could be pretty good right now.
My God.
Mosh Pit on 2. They're going to get both of them.
My eyes saw that in slow motion as the orb lobbed onto that Hanzo. And I mean, the missing piece of this puzzle is Bashing getting control of that top point, as well as ETC and having Greymane channel. And then we're going to see the first Dragonite going over to the red side.
Ardent Defender was popped, but nice discipline damage from Li Ming, holding back the Disintegrate, and then right as Urel's heroic ends, finishes the kill. Ogle the Great helping secure this DK for the Scalding Sweat Cult.
Well, he is in it. It really sucks that Greymane was the one to pick it up because he has such high siege damage. But he's coming in hot, no pun intended, as he lays flames down on the tower with a minion wave in tow. There is a massive Durance of Hate with a ton of damage coming out onto Stukov. He goes down, and Broom Boy is having to run for his life, popping his armor, sliding out with arrows just chasing him. Yikes.
Yeah, no cleanse this time. Of course, you have the Stukov. Game 1, it was the Leap of Faith that was having to save so many targets that were in trouble. But without that sort of save right now for Stukov, it's kind of changing the landscape of this matchup here in game number 2. That time, just a little bit too far forward was Stukov, and did end up falling. Second kill of the game for Cosmos, and they're looking for more. ETC pretty low. Johanna trying to chase it down with that Condemn, but not quite able to. Now Ciara's getting leaped on by Greymane, and Broomg gets the kill. Looking for more now as Li Ming. She'll get it. That's a double kill for the Scalding Sweat Cult.
Just as I thought the wind had been taken out of their sails with that Dragon Knight and the kill on Stukov, Imperius rotates down and they get 2 kills and manage to secure this bottom fort like they had initially planned. This gives them the option to possibly take bottom Bruiser, definitely pick up their siege and get back to their macro game. They were looking a little weak for a second though, Murda, and I was like, this is it. Well, they're losing their steam, they're losing their edge.
They're going to find some siege camps here though. And on the other side, Nay going to try to pick up this Bruiser camp for Cosmos. And it will be the neutral camp down in the bottom now trying to be grabbed. Broom Boy just walked out of the bush at the wrong moment. Actually, maybe sees that rotation coming through provided by those Siege Giants. They will no longer be going for it, but now revealed by that Sonic Arrow is ETC. Going to find some targets on the backside. Mosh Pit is available, does lock in a couple of them, but interrupted by that Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo.
Yeah, and that is a death onto the Johanna. I definitely would have gone for this camp first, but they still make it out of this whole situation with that camp under their belt. Someone's saying something about Discord boops happening in the background.
Boop. Oh, did I not turn on streamer mode either? Oh, Murda. Oh, Murda. Here, I'll do that really quick. How do I do that again? This button? This button?
I don't know. Advanced settings, probably. Bruiser camp heading down to the keep wall bottom lane, pushing in favor of Scalding Sweat Cult. Both of these shrines are available to be captured, and red team is just deciding to pick up their Bruiser once more, get that going to add some extra pressure to top. Blue team will be able to capture bottom point first. And I think that's okay. Red team wants to play together. They don't want to split too much. Although they did get those few kills without even having their healer. I think as both teams scale and level, they want to avoid doing things like that. Red team is closer to level 16 at 15.5 right now. And I think that might be a power spike that they need. Broomboy, though, rotating down in the middle of 4 members of the blue team, is able to make it out safely with a slide. How are you doing, Murda, with fixing that?
Oh, it's fixed. We got it. Yeah, it was me.
All right.
Just another production issue. We do have a nice Blessed Shield coming out from Johanna, but they're not able to pick up a kill yet. Blinking away was Li Ming. Ogle's going to survive for now. Just the 2 kills in the game for Cosmos thus far, and that was maybe their best opportunity to finding more. But
look at Nay, though, jumping in onto this back line beyond the fort onto Ogle, gets blown up. Really?
Bashing
now we see bashing coming in.
Oh, doesn't connect on the spear, but hey, still has Anduin in the targets. Oddity is gonna fall. Reset for Li Ming. She flashes forward, looking to finish off Ciaris, and they will. 3 heroes down for Cosmos, as both of these shrines will be theirs. Topside Bruiser Camp's gonna get the 4th, and this is gonna be their 2nd straight Dragonite of the game, with a big chance to take down one of these keeps if they want to go for it in the bottom lane.
They are playing this map perfectly, picking up the camps when they need to, putting the pressure where they aren't going to be, knowing, okay, we're going to rotate bot, we'll have that Bruiser pushing top, and we're just going to keep the pressure coming out. We're going to steal their camp when we can, which we've seen, and they're just not giving up. They're relentless in their pursuit of the W in this Grand Championship, Murda.
Already getting down one of these towers, looking for number 2. Dragonite dropping below 50% health now. As the engage comes, there's a light bomb, does hit onto 2 targets. Stukov now being slowed by that condemn. But hey, still gonna be able to walk away as the rest of the chase is not there. They're trying to finish off that Dragonite. It's Yarel who falls. Ardent Defender ended, and yet again, Li Ming perfectly timing that damage.
I never thought I'd see Disintegrate get so many kills, but it has this game. Ogle the Great really showing that ult can be threatening if used at the right time, especially if look at that time fit. Just get that Mephisto. Hello?
Wow.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it.
Getting chunked.
You're literally talking about it, and then we see the best one yet. Ogle the Great is great indeed here in game number 2.
God, this keep is going to go down, but members will keep falling too if they stay too long, and that is ETC going down for the keep. I don't know.
Blessed Shield in 2 seconds. Ciaris might want to chase in. No, not going to be able to. Turning it around. Here's the damage again. Oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
orb connected with Anduin, giving the lowered cooldown, able to secure that kill onto the Johanna. And now red team really can do whatever they want.
Wait, what?
Huh?
They left the fountain on like -1 health. It's okay. One of those minions will get it.
We hope so. They do pick up the siege camp that belongs to the blue side. They're making their way through these lanes, clearing what they can, keeping the pressure. The only structures that we have left up for the blue side is 1 fort and 2 keeps. Red team is approaching 20 pretty quickly, almost at level 19. And if blue team wants to do anything, they're gonna have to figure out, how to do that before that 20 talent tier is picked up. Bottom Bruiser seems to be the place they want to take this fight. They're setting up in advance, not even attacking the camp, but those orbs are checking the bushes, Murda, and I don't think that Red's gonna fall for the bait here.
This is their chance here. They gotta be able to finish off this Imperious, but just barely avoiding that Dragon's arrow. Moshpit does come out, but not going to lock anyone in long enough for a kill. Now it's Anduin in trouble from that impale from Imperius, but he's able to walk away as well. Bottom Shrine in control of the Scalding Sweat Cult. No kills, but just half a level away from 20.
I mean, it scared them at least. Let's look. I mean, the health bar of E-Day 15 is so low. Ogle, though, at 370 health, having Stukov be her bodyguard, or his bodyguard, rather, is able to make it out. And, yeah, I don't know. Red has captured both of these shrines. It has been a 4v5 down in bottom lane.
Yeah, they have to be careful with Imperius missing right now. Went up to the top shrine to make sure they get it. They want to be able to fight over this bottom shrine as 5, but now they're going to have to do it with a bruiser camp pushing the lane, because here's Cosmos knowing there's no 20s yet and knowing perhaps their opponents are going to play a bit cautious right now. They're going to take away that bruiser camp and try to push down a fort.
I think they're willing to give this fort. Scalding Sweat Cult knows exactly what's going on. They've been getting this bruiser in the past, letting that put pressure on the blue team, and then just kill them bot. Unfortunately, Imperius does die there, and maybe the plan isn't going quite as they thought it would.
Oh.
A huge orb connecting and taking out the Anduin, though, is a massive power exchange here, and Ciaris will be the next to fall, as all I hear right now are reset sounds, Murda.
Oh, these disintegrates are just deadly. I don't know how else you put it. But Li Ming helping get kill after kill. Ardent Defender is going to save Yarel for a moment. Can they make it out? No, the orb is there again.
That's another orb. Ogle, though, at 15 health.
It's a mega kill. They got all 5.
Oh my god.
I think that's it.
Want to point out, yeah, this has to be it. I want to point out, though, Ogle went the upgrade on Disintegrate to where it slows for 60%. That in itself is another form of CC that has led to so many of these kills. Just, I cannot believe it. I've never seen that. My god.
It's going to be Stukov in the Dragon Knight. Can the Scalding Sweat Cult go up 2-0 in these grand finals? They're going to try to do it right now with this DK. Greymane also available to help put on some additional attack onto that core. Broom Boy is going to try to clear up this wave as they make their move onto the core. Slexia, bring us home.
I mean, the well finally went down. I can cast on that. Greymane took care of it. This time, Greymane, not in the Dragon Knight, will be there to siege once they are able to get past Ciaris. And the assault is here, is now. Yarel with Light Bomb on her will ensure that Greymane goes down. And now that siege damage is gone and this Dragon Knight is getting chunked. The core is at 60%, but I don't know. You tell us what's happening, Murda. I can't even keep up.
Well, Imperius and ETC are going to be the only 2 left standing, and there goes Imperius, and it looks like ETC is going to be falling as well. A mega kill.
My god.
Wow. Wait, Ming, did she escape? Oh, she didn't die. It's a quad kill. Okay.
I am laughing so hard. This
She's
is
like,
not
nope.
GG yet. Ming is still alive, and I mean, Ogle's been playing pretty aggressively, but I don't think we'll go back to try to end and just stagger the death, her death much more. Trying to get that siege camp is brave, but blue team has full control here. We have another 30 seconds until all members of the red team are up, and it is wise of them to push this weak lane in the bottom here, to assaulting this keep wall. This is a nail biter.
It is the silence pickup, unspeakable horror for Mephisto. I'm maybe wondering if they should have gone into the Mimic here at level 20 to help with this siege push, because maybe they're able to get this keep down if they had it. Instead, they're walking away, and that keeps still at 50% health. But wait a minute, Li Ming trapped inside, and silence light bomb not close enough. The leaping just wasn't there.
Kill that damage up really quickly. And the damage from red team is just chunking blue team too much to just be able to stay there and do anything of substance or value. I mean, both teams have their core completely exposed, but the only difference is there's only 25% left on Cosmo's core.
They're going to fight over this siege camp. The invade coming out from the Scalding Sweat Cult, going to net them another steal on the opposite side of the map. But Shrine's active in 5 seconds. That's going to be the difference maker. Whoever gets this DK at the 20-minute mark likely going to be walking away as your game 2 victors. And it's all going to start here in the bottom lane.
I mean, we could see a core race if things get too wild, and I'm down for it. Let's get wild. You know, this is the grand finals, but geez, this is showing why these teams are here right now. To see this back and forth, to see that core call not be successful, like, what a great defense. Now it's the same old though for Scalding Sweat Cult. They pick up their bruiser. They know they want to fight bot. They're going to send that top. This time, there's absolutely nothing up there. It has to be defended, so they're gonna fight, and it's gonna be a numbers game. They're gonna have the advantage with their numbers because top will have to be cleared. It will kill the core.
Well, there goes Mephisto. He's gonna be showing in that top lane. ETC, knowing that, gonna walk onto this bottom shrine, but they're still not in control of the top side yet. Yorel in a weird spot did have that self cleanse, avoiding through that power slide, and ultimately, it's going to end up being a pretty free clear onto this bruiser camp.
Yeah, top bruiser getting cleared out, bottom being cleared by Scalding Sweat Cult. They were able to get the shrine bottom lane, and now top is just where they have to make it in order to get the Dragon Knight once more. I think that we're going to see a fight in bottom because that is the lane that is completely open for both teams. And it looks like Ciaris is making their way into this delta looking for an invade. Stukov getting dismounted. Light bomb going out onto the Johanna as a massive jump from Yorel comes out to help secure that kill. And Stukov does go down. Armaments popped by the Imperius as he looks to zone out E-Day. And Ogle being targeted this time, knocked back by the Yorel and murdered with that electrical hula hoop from Mephisto. That's 2 members down, and a possible...
Wait, they're leaving the DK. If ETC goes to this point, Broom Boy gets it. No one can interrupt this. He got it. Oh my gosh. They left it open. It's going to be a core race. Here goes
It is a core race. I said it would be.
Who else they got here? Yorel, they got the Mephisto, and they got the Hanzo. Maybe not the strongest siege comp, but they're going to go for it. On the other side, Dragon Knight heading towards the core. Yorel's going to fall. She was 70 seconds away from having that Arn defender. And there goes Anduin as well. Mephisto, I don't know if you can stay up now without your healer. The core call was called, but it's not going to end up paying off, I don't think. Dragon Knight there with the catapults. That's it.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. I did say that was one of the possibilities, that the Dragon Knight would be picked up and it would be a core race. And that was it. But I didn't imagine it like that. I didn't imagine Red Team being able to pick up the Dragon Knight. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, they had the double kill, Slexia. They had the advantage on the map, and they didn't defend the Dragon Knight.
But that is how Scalding Sweat Cult has been playing. They're okay with being outnumbered bottom lane if they're able to capture top. It is all very sneaky. It even debated me to where I was like, how the hell did they get the Dragon Knight? Oh, wait. You know, they're in all lanes at all times. They're all over the camps. Like, they played that map exceptionally well. And it's like they had a backup to their backup win condition. It's crazy. I don't even know.
Well, after watching that one, who do you think walks away as your game number 2 MVP? I know who I have in mind, but I want to see if you agree with me.
Ogle.
It has to be Ogle.
It has to be. It has to be. I already went off with a stat screen for some odd reason, but I can tell you that I was amazed
Orbs
by
and
the
disintegrate.
plays.
That's all you need, apparently.
Yeah, and the slow at 20. I mean, those orbs were one-shotting people.
Well, we're going to be taking another very short break to help set up game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're not already following the Nexus Gaming Series here on Twitch. We have a quick word from our sponsor. And of course, the sponsor is Nexus Gaming Series. We sponsor ourselves. Okay, we'll see you guys in a bit. 2 minutes. and welcome back to the Division C Grand Finals. Game number 3 is about to be underway, but currently it's the Scalding Sweat Cult from the east up 2-0 over Cosmos from the west. Slexia, it seemed like maybe that time Cosmos would have been able to come back, but a bit of a lapse of judgment on that Dragon Knight that was ready to come.
Yeah, that is probably something that they will be kicking themselves for quite some time after getting those 2 picks. What did they go for, the siege camp instead of defending the Dragon Knight or something like that? It came down to that core race, and that scaled dragon was just too much. But yeah, we will be heading to Towers of Doom though for game 3.
And I believe this was the map pick of. Wait, who picked this?
I don't know. You just invited me to the lobby.
Silver Jackal asked what map do you want. Okay, yeah, okay. So this was chosen by Scalding Sweat Cult. They had it swapped with the draft pick, but they fixed it now. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so that means that we saw Cosmos pick first pick, right? They want first pick.
Right.
I don't think that phases Scalding Sweat Cult because they first picked Li Ming last game. Now I understand why. We saw how amazing it was. But on a map like this, do you think you would first pick Li Ming or something like that? Like, is that the contested hero? I would go for like a double soaker, right? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, game 1, the Li Ming on Tomb of the Spider Queen, maybe not something you see all the time. Dragonshire makes a bit more sense, but it looked even better than game number 1. I think that game 2 we just saw out of Ogle was something for the record books there. Just outstanding play from start to finish on the Li Ming. And that was their first pick. They show they want to prioritize it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're willing to do that again here on TOD.
Okay. I mean, I would argue that top and mid lane experience and having a great offlaner is super important here, but I argued that all of the Dragonshire draft was like, oh, someone's gonna get Rexar, and like no one did. It didn't matter. It did not matter. You know, so looking for that tight-knit 4-man in bottom lane could be the key here. You're definitely right about that, possibly. Definitely possibly, if that makes any sense at all.
Definitely
Chat.
and possibly.
Definitely possibly.
We are waiting on just one more player to join us here in our lobby before we get underway. Once again, I want to thank you guys for being here. If you're not aware, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming for the Nexus Gaming Series, including the NGS Mead Hall this weekend, where we're going to celebrate all of our grand champions and release all sorts of fun tidbits of news and talk a bit about Season 10. You'll get some results from the postseason survey that some of you may have filled out. So be sure to check back here. I believe it is 8 p.m. Eastern, but someone smarter in chat, especially Aura is here. She might know exactly what time. I want to say 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. But
well, I don't have it committed to memory, but what I am seeing and what I will not forget ever is that it looks like you're selling your bathwater.
No, Harkin, I can tell you for sure I do not sell bathwater. I don't even take baths. I do showers, okay?
Well, Dax has already bought 19 gallons, so it looks like you're going to have to start.
No Murdalians here, Dax. You got to come to my channel for that. I'll have to make that a super stretch goal for all of you super fans. But yeah, not yet. I don't think I have that much bathwater available.
All right, let's get this last person in so we can just move on.
Moving on.
What I will say, though, is if we see Scalding Sweat Cult, I can't even say their name more than once, or with the word take after it, take the W here, then they just ultimately win. So we're going to need to see something out of the side of Cosmos to take this to a game 4 or even 5.
Role players are here saying you never bathe. You're legit missing out on one of the best parts of life.
I only take baths, so I agree.
Well, my new place that we're going to be moving into, the master bath does not have a bath. It's just a shower.
What?
I'm excited for that. There is a bath in the house in the other bathroom, but why would I use that one? I'm just going to have a nice Nice walk-in shower. I'm excited for it.
I mean, a good shower is a good shower. I just prefer baths. But this is an odd place. Someone is asking about lag spikes in lobby chat. Where is our 10th player?
No one knows.
What?
No one knows. No one knows where the 10th player
So you
is.
said no windows, but then I thought of that song that's like to the windows, and I
To
was
the
like, what are
wall!
you is this a new to the sweat? Like, are we bottling
Oh.
that? Are you selling that? Is that what we're talking about now? Like, where are we at with this?
Oh, gosh. Oh, here we go. Ciara's is here. They have a tank player. And I think we're going to be ready quickly. I hope. Ready? Ready.
Who do you think will ban Li Ming first?
Listen. I don't think we're going to see the ban on Li Ming.
You think Zeratul, KT, Medivh?
Yeah. And
Tassadar?
Tassadar? Yeah, I think those remain.
Okay.
For whatever
Okay.
reason, Cosmos is very scared of the Leyline Seal or Void Prison. That's what they came here to focus their top half of the draft on banning away. I don't see that changing, and if they do, I wonder if the Scalding Sweat Cult is ready to pull the trigger on one of those two heroes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I'm so distracted with chat now and this game that like I don't know what is happening. Murda, what's happening? Hello?
Well, I mean, we're going to see it one of two here. It's either Medivh, Zeratul, or something completely different, like banning out that Li Ming. I think you could even end up seeing the ban onto Leoric, which I thought was going to happen in game number 2, but, you know, they flipped the script on us there. They didn't want to bring Leoric to Dragonshire. But there it is. Zeratul banned out for the third time.
For sure. Not even gonna be picked up. Alright, Zeratul must be so terrifying for them that it's just it supersedes the threat of the Li Ming getting picked up by Ogle again, which by the way, on this map would be great for poking.
Well, Ektar is saying Cosmos is scared of Ogle's Medivh specifically. So, oh, what? They ban out their Li Ming.
I mean, they don't have first pick. So of course they
Ah.
have to be the ones to ban it.
Okay, there's the ban on Medivh.
Alright, so Medivh Zeratul shortened up to Medivh being banned. Will we see the KT ban again, or will it be Tassadar this time?
Yeah, it's Kael'thas. I think it's Kael'thas. You think it's Tassadar? It's Greymane.
I thought it was either Tassadar or Kael'thas, but Greymane, okay. Greymane's been played both other games. It's
Well,
another denial.
So,
Like, if that's going to be the first pick, let's not.
yeah, but now I think with the Li Ming taken away, if Tassadar is not first picked, I think that's the hero that Ogle's going to end up playing here in game number 3. It plays a similar role to Li Ming, and this is a smart takeaway, I think, for Silver Jackal here, because I think that's exactly the way that Scalding Sweat Cult was going to go with their draft. Left the Tassadar up, even left the Kael'thas up, which is now maybe their third option for the mage position.
Okay. Well, we see the Johanna Anduin picked up. Has been a devastating combo. I mean, blue team almost won. Cosmos almost had it in the bag with that last game. It's good to pick those up. If your hero pool's flexible enough, you can wait. I mean, I highly doubt that they would ban the KT on their final ban. What about you?
No, I don't think they will. I think you're right. I think maybe they look at banning out like the Hanzo. The Hanzo is pretty good there in that last game. He can play well on Towers of Doom as well. It's going to be ETC, just as we saw in game number 1 for Ciaris, and Deckard Cain is going to make an appearance here in game number 3 as well.
I like a Deckard Cain on this map, personally, especially with rubies right now. Maybe we'll see a melee hero to round out the comp for the side of Cosmos. Maybe the Cassia, if it doesn't get banned. Going in with Finn, having rubies there is excellent. And, I mean, Cassia's not banned.
Well, I think
At least
Cassia
they're
looks
open.
good as well for the Scalding Sweat Cult. They already have the Johanna.
Yeah.
Her blinds are going to help amplify her damage. So perhaps this has to be a ban right here onto Cassia. And if not, that could certainly be the pick. They're running out of time. They only got 6
It's
seconds left.
Yeah. They're really debating because it is getting to this point to where Cassia could be picked up. And Hanzo is banned, Cassia is available.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a Cassia pickup right here. You can't give the Cassia over to the team with the Tassadar. I think the Cassia makes sense already with what we see in this comp. What else might they take? Maybe the Imperius, just to take it away from Nay? It's Chromie and Zool. Not what I was thinking at all.
No, Zool is like the best hero here for this double soaking situation. Chromie has a lot of poke. Cassia can easily be picked up, but the thing is, I mean, with time traps and things like that, you can really, really mess her up. They can still go for her, but is it what makes sense for Cosmos? Do they even have a Cassia player? Doesn't look like it because they pick up Sylvanas and Sonya. The Zool, though, how it made it all the way through is beyond me. It's all these target bans.
Well, is Sonya going to be able to keep up with Zool in the double soak? I don't think so. The curse strikes are just way too strong. And now you still have 1 pick remaining for Ogle, and I doubt this is going to be solo laner because Ogle's been playing mage tonight.
It'll be Cassia if he plays it. It could be KT if he wants it, but instead it's Kira.
Huh.
Okay. All right, well, I would have never guessed that.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. I would have thought they'd take something that helps them siege down that bottom lane. Kira, not the strongest at taking down structure. She's pretty good with the wave clear. Can't really do camps very well either, and those sappers are going to need someone to be working on them.
Here's the thing, though. If we think about it, on Tomb of the Spider Queen, they had Hanzo Li Ming, and I was like, okay, well, they have no wave clear. You know, they had Johanna, they also had Anduin. It didn't matter when they just kept murdering the enemy team. So that's what they could be banking on. They could have had this in their back pocket. Maybe they're like, this could very well be our last game of the season. If we win, let's play what we want. I want to get this Kira game in. Give me the Chromie. Who knows? But we'll find out.
Chromie is definitely the exciting selection. Maybe you even can say Kira the exciting selection here. You don't see as many of these two girls coming into our drafts. But game number 3 about to be underway. Can the Scalding Sweat Cult walk away with the sweep tonight? Let's start on the right-hand side this time. We got Ogle the Great playing the Kira. There's Viper on Anduin. Bashing playing the Zool. Broom Boy on the Johanna. And Broom G on the Chromie. Give it up for your East Coast champions, the Scalding Sweat Cult.
And on the blue side, playing for Cosmos, we have EJ15 on Sylvanas, Oddity on Deckard, Silver Jackal playing that Tassadar, Nay on Sonya, and Ciaris on ETC. This is the West Coast champions here in the grand finals, game 3. Let's go. Let's go! As Murda said. Let's go!
Wow, look at this. It will be Fatal Wounds for Kira. She's going to be playing in that 4-man stack, and plenty of opportunity for Ogle to get that one going quickly. On the other side will be the Shock Grey quest for Tassadar, already taking a bit of damage in this first skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, having to stand still to auto attack is not really fun when you have a lot of poke coming out from the opposite team, and that's exactly what Chromie provides. Those time traps already being a nuisance. Ciaris getting caught in one as he tries to rotate down. Red team is just keeping their bodies and their eyes all over this map. Sweeping strike coming out onto Ciaris as Kira backs up. And I can already see the aggression. I can feel it, Murda. It's palpable.
Well, we have to keep eyes on Zool, already taking so much damage from Sonya. Going to make their first rotation towards this mid lane. Broomboy is going to help that out as Zool's going to get the remainder of that XP locked in. And then make it back to the top, but will it be here in time? Sonya might be able to interrupt this rotation, and she will. There's Nay applying the spear, but Bashing able to put the Bone Prison down and make it up to grab all those XP globes.
While blue team is doing some weird splits in order to get the experience where needed, red team has already decided to pick up their staffers. Ciaris anchoring in bottom lane, even eating a time trap before his team went to get their own sappers. Just staying where he needs to be. The increased number of time traps is actually annoying me to look at while casting this game, Murda. It is crazy.
Yeah, nice skin too, this cosmic variant on Chromie. They look pretty cool, I like it.
Just a lot of shapes coming out with the zoning Dorito and Sand, Dragon's Breath coming out. There's a sweeping strike and the wall. Ciaris caught behind, able to slide out, but taking half of his health. Oddity having to get mana in order to continue. This is looking crazy. Blue team a little ahead in experience.
Yeah, that wall not necessarily helping out ETC that time. Took a bit of extra damage because of it.
Yeah, that's his teammate with the wall.
Yeah, great job. Scroll of Ceiling not going to connect because Iron Skin's there from Broom Boy. Going to try to continue staying in this bottom lane. Are all 4 heroes from each team. Sonya and Zul continuing to rotate, but Nay with a bit of an advantage again. Zul not able to keep up right now.
The time trap didn't release early enough for Chromie's Dragon's Breath to do much of anything down here bottom lane. And we have 4v4 looking to hover around the bottom altar. Oddity with very low mana. Not really throwing any potions out, which is kind of a big mistake. If he's got it, he's got to do it.
Low mana. I mean, almost no mana.
Yeah, and Broom Boy looking for that channel. This time Oddity looking to do it. And Ciaris is just trying to zone out the red team. Probably aware at this point that there are time traps in every bush.
Kira left to go up top. They're going to try to grab both of these under the nose of Sonya, but Nay's going to rotate over to Ogle. There it is. The leash is going to hit that whirling something?
Whirlwind.
Revolving sweep. That's what it is.
I was like, what? We're looking at Sonya? Whirlwind. Murda. No. Okay, yeah. Revolving sweep.
We got it. And Scalding Sweat Cult has got it as well. Both captured up top. Wait. Did they?
Wait.
What just happened?
Wait, hold on.
Did Sonya steal this one? I didn't realize it. I think she did.
So, blue team was able to get top. Kira and Zul had to back off, and that was sent over.
Oh.
So, yeah, 2 altars going over in favor of Cosmos.
Wow, okay. Murda confused.
Yeah,
Ciaris...
because they sent 2 people up. I thought that certainly we would see Scalding Sweat Cult get the top left objective, but they did not.
Oh, yikes. Well, they're going to potentially have to worry about being invaded here. Ciaris is going to actually walk off. They have sappers approaching the mid-mark right now, but a little bit far away. It's Sylvanas with black arrows onto one of those towers right now, but here comes Broom Boy, going to blind her and start leading it off with that Condemn. Can they get a target? Here comes Zul on the rotation. Does find ETC. Revolving sweep now from Kira. Do they get the finish? Not quite. Yes, they do, actually. ETC is going to fall. Power slide not quite far enough as Nay's going to rotate down as well. A little bit too late.
Yeah, definitely a little bit too late as the sappers now try to make their way in to this bottom fort. Silver Jackal trying to defend the best he can, but that will be at least 1 sapper question mark that made it in. I don't know. We're seeing that really you cannot limit the hero pool of Scalding Sweat Cult, Murda. They are doing an excellent job.
And Zul is slowly starting to get the talents needed to do what he needs to do in this double soak. So far, hasn't quite been going Bashing's way up against this Sonya. Double altar phase, but ETC could find themselves in trouble. CR is able to power slide through 2, going to make it back to safety. Blinded there by Johanna, but he's just fine. Top right has been gathered, but not this left side, Slicia.
Yeah, and the poke that is able to come out from the Chromie is just incredible. There are essentially, 3 melee heroes to zone off the blue team, and we see E-Day and Oddity having to go all the way back while Ogle is able to capture this objective. Oh my god.
Well, if they didn't get it last time, they certainly got it that time. Viper not able to save with that leap of faith, now trying to run away. Here comes Kira going right back in. And maybe able to get the kill on Sonya? No. It's going to be Kira
Ogle
falling.
falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the dangerous thing about playing Kira. It's like, oh, you're so bloodthirsty. Like, okay, let's get some stacks, and then all you have to do is press W. Well, unfortunately, when your team is already making their way back to bottom, it's just it's not going to work out. I think you learn your limits every game playing that hero, and now we see blue team looking to get this bottom fort.
And they got
This
level
is crazy.
10s.
Yeah.
Will be the Wailing Arrow, Stay a While and Listen, Archon, Wrath of the Berserker, and the Mosh Pit once again for ETC, who could be in trouble here, has the Power Slide. We saw the Mosh Pit game 1. Couple misses. I think a lot of pressure this time onto Ciaris. If he can really find the targets needed, maybe most notably going to have to be the Kira because of the revolving sweep interrupt. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious how we'll see it play out, especially with all of the time traps as well. There is a huge stay a while, and Ogle coming in with the Kira ultimate. There is a Bone Prison onto Deckard Cain who does fall, and Archon, although being popped, just is not gonna be able to be used. He does fall as well with that bleed damage.
Yeah, look at this pickup.
For nothing.
Unrelenting strikes from Kira is what we saw in that fight. I don't think you see that one as often, although I do think it recently received a bit of a buff. It was played pretty well that time, locked in a couple targets, netted the kill onto the Tassadar, and that's going to turn into 2 altars here for the Scalding Sweat Cult, about to send their opponents. Oh wait, Sonya interrupted again. Look at this. Nay's been outstanding in this game, but gonna have to deal with that Zool.
There's the Bone Prison, able to make it out of that, you know, as there was no follow-up immediately. Both teams at level 11, Nay on the Kira in Bone Prison once more. Ogle backing up, finishing their quest. And these time traps are getting set down. If they are not killed, they will be an issue. And there's the light bomb, but the ETC slide will secure the kill onto the Johanna. It was like a death rattle light bomb. Viper looking to get caught out by the slows and CC of Deckard. Instead, it is Tassadar's laser that takes him out.
Laser beam.
Freaking laser beam takes him out, and now we're gonna see Oddity channel this altar, and the sappers possibly be picked up by blue team.
Oh no, they want these black arrows right now. Here goes Sylvanas with the entire team.
That makes sense.
Sonya's gonna fall at mid, however, but they will get this bottom side fort, which is, as you know, the most important lane to control here on Towers of Doom. But here's a rotation.
They're opening themselves up for a flank, though. There it is, Ogle coming in already. Popping ult with the Wailing Arrows, shutting that down immediately.
Well, Deckard's gonna fall, but what a nifty Wailing Arrow there from E-Day 15. Nifty?
Super nifty.
Nifty, yes. I thought it was. I'm sorry. Mosh Pit's on a 10-second cooldown, and Ciaris is surrounded and killed. A double kill for the Scalding Sweat Cult. Now they have to drop back, regain control of this bottom side fort that they just lost moments ago.
Yeah, and they're ahead too. They have their level 13s bashing, hacking away at these waves bottom lane, just making his way back to top and mid where he's been living for the entire game, rotating down only when he's needed. It's crazy.
7-4, currently in control of the East Coast champions, Scalding Sweat Cult. They are 1 game away, 1 win away from being the Division C Grand Champions here in Season 9. And with this lead, 4 points right now on Towers of Doom, they've got to be feeling good. They've been getting these kills. They've been able to control some of these fights, especially here with this Ogle Kira, now finished with the Fatal Wounds quest at level 1. It's going to be a lot more damage. And if you're ETC on this front line, if you're not within range of potions, you have to be worried at all times.
Yeah, it definitely would be. I haven't seen the ruby value I was looking for from the Deckard Cain here. Here is Kira coming out again. It sounded like a Stay a While wanted to come out, but there's a light bomb instead with Ogle using, is it sweeping strikes? What did you say?
Unrelenting strikes. And he is unrelenting. Look at him. He's doing it 4v1. 4v1. Look at Ogle. He's going to get them all. Ogle! It's a mega kill for the Scalding Sweat Cult. This was 4v1 right here. If someone doesn't clip that for Ogle, shame on you at home. That was the play of the series so far right there.
I am astonished. Like I said, everyone was just bleeding to death, walking away. They're wanting to get as many structures as they can before channeling this
boss.
objective.
They're going to
Broomji's
boss.
gonna take it now. I mean, they could have even looked at poking down mid a little bit, weakening that, but
No boss.
no boss. Instead, the sappers that are on the left side of the map.
Yeah, and defend this bottom fort makes sense. Maybe push some sappers across. They do have the level 16 advantage now. Will be the booming kick for the Kira. And here she comes, not going to connect that time, but the Blessed Shield will. Light Bomb behind it. Going to be put to sleep by Deckard Cain, slowing down this play for the Scalding Sweat Cult.
Ciaris, thinking he's safe in the luxury and comfort of his own home, is taking so much damage he can't even step up. And Murda, he is the tank. Broomboy stepping beyond the lines. Ogle coming in, getting those bleeds off, and that is a kill. ETC is just unable to be a tank this game, Murda, is what it looks like to me.
And in case you missed it, 2 sappers cross the line as Deckard Cain's going to fall as well. 14th kill of the game for the Scalding Sweat Cult. They have a 11-shot lead right now with Kira backing up to grab more sappers in this bottom lane, just waiting for them to spawn. There goes Ogle. Zul's now split off, helping deal with this Sonya push that's been persisting throughout the game. Bashing's gonna be able to lock her in this time, but she has that whirlwind to quickly get out. Triple altar phase up next, and with 5 of these shots getting ready to go for each of them for the Scalding Sweat Cult, they can drop the score down to 2.
I mean, we have 17 seconds for Cosmos to pick up level 16. I think they should be able to do it. Really, they've just got to focus on taking what is theirs. Unfortunately, Scalding Sweat Cult will not let them have that, as they are prioritizing the left-hand side of the map first. There is the Bone Prison with the Blessed Shield coming out. E-Day able to make it out, but the Light Bomb secures the kill onto Tassadar, and there is a mosh onto 2 members of the red team, and Bashing is falling low, zoned out. There's no logic or rhyme or reason to what is happening and how these kills are taking place. But we're seeing Ciaris chunk down again with Broomboy, this time taking so much damage from the Sylvanas. The Chastise roots the ETC in place with the Dragon's Breath coming out from Chromie. He is annihilated.
I think
And
Anduin
Ine
actually...
and May are just too low.
I think Anduin actually interrupted the unrelenting strikes that time. Triple kill, though, for the Scalding Sweat Cult. It doesn't really matter. They're going to play it greedy here, not going for the capture quite yet. They want one more structure, knowing that if they get it and all 3 of these altars, that's enough for GG. 3 sappers cross bottom. Wait, all they have to do is get these. They're like, wait, our sappers cross the line. This could be game right here. Bottom's picked up by Anduin.
Right.
Left is picked up by Chromie. Johanna has the channel. That's going to be it. Your Division C Grand Champions. Out of the East, it's the Scalding Sweat Cult.
My God, Murda.
What just happened?
A lot of math happened in those last moments before we crowned the champions of Division C. It was like, hold on, wait, no, they've got it. And that was it.
Wow.
Crazy. E-Day with some excellent plays there, just unfortunately wasn't enough. ETC died 6 times.
All
6
thanks to
times,
Kira.
not because he's not a good tank, but because he was the target. And when a team with a Deckard Cain and a Tassadar, doesn't have a tank, you fall. And wow, 17 kills to 5.
That might have been their best game of the night, especially that finish. Game 2 got a little bit dicey for them, but they really pulled it together there at the end of Towers of Doom. A perfect sweep here in the grand finals for the Scalding Sweat Cult. They take it in 3 and will be crowned your Season 9 Grand Champions out of Division C. I'm going to try to find us an interview, Slexia, if you want to hang around and you want to head on over to the NGS Discord. We'll see if we can get someone in there.
Sure.
All right. All right, I'm gonna try to message Broom Boy. We'll actually maybe just invite them all in. Whoever wants to come. I like when grand champions all get to hang out.
Like, bring the whole team.
All right, we'll see if they're gonna be able to make it in. Hopefully I messaged the right person. I think I did. I'm fairly certain I did, but we'll find out.
Who did you message?
I sent a message to Broom Boy. Let's try Ogle. Ogle?
There they are. Bring,
Oh,
bring, bring, bring.
Welcome.
Hello.
We have everyone
Congratulations,
joining
hello.
us. The Season 9 Grand Champions out of Division C, Scalding, Sweat, Colt. How is the team feeling right now?
I'm shaking.
Yeah, I think we're feeling damn good.
It only took 3 games in this best of 5. You guys didn't drop one of them. Came in with a few drafts that really got going early. The Leeming in games 1 and 2. And then a bit interesting there in the final one with Kira and Chromie, 2 heroes we don't see all the time. How did you guys feel the drafts went tonight? Were there any missteps, or was it all exactly what you wanted?
I didn't like that they took my Anduin in the second draft. I'll throw that out right
Oh.
there. Yeah, I don't like that. I like Anduin. He's my
Well,
boy. And
Viper-
they took it from me.
Viper, while you're saying that, I think your Anduin game 1, that probably saved more lives than you even imagine. Those leaps of faith were on the money, especially
Yeah.
post 20. It was just, whew.
Give you that glyph of faith, and it's like, I'm sorry, other team, but you'll literally never kill anyone.
Yeah, although Bashing managed to find a way, so that was good.
Well,
Wow.
well, it seemed like tonight you guys were really focusing on making sure your front line was sturdy. You had the Johanna. You even prioritized that Leeming in game number 2, which kind of surprised me. But Ogle, my God, you're our MVP tonight, by the way. Game 2 with the Leeming, those disintegrates, and then in that game number 3 with the Kira, what just happened?
I just rolled my face on the keyboard. Does that count?
Right?
At one point there on Towers of Doom, was that a 4v1 in the bottom lane?
It seems like I dove past most of them, and they were at like 2 health or something. Down at the bottom, I guess it was that second objective.
They were at 2 health because you were bleeding them out. I don't know if you
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
that. They were
Yeah.
bleeding
I
out
hit-
the whole time?
I hit a pretty good ult. Broomboy got the interrupt on the mosh there. I actually got solo mosh there for a second and thought I was gonna die, and then he got the interrupt there, and I was able to ult him and then just go ham. I've got the evasion stacks from the blood rage and everything, and yeah, it was fun.
Ham indeed, but let's not discount that Leoric game 1 too. That
Oh
was
my
our
gosh.
MVP for game 1.
Yes.
Let's roll it back to that.
Yeah.
Hello,
Bashing.
Engage Master. Hello.
Bashing, please train me. Leoric looked so good. Every fight there with the Entomb, and really that's what sealed it in for you guys. Someone's actually posting that clip of that 4v1 for you. But Bashing, let's talk about that Leoric game number 1.
I'm actually really uncomfortable in Leoric.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
You
All right,
fooled
moving
me.
on. Just kidding. Keep telling us.
So I've never really faced Imperius and Solo Lane before, so I was kind of really hesitant because I was like, he kind of dumpsters on tanks, and Leo's got a high health pool, and I was like, I guess I'll just rip an Entomb here. This looks good. Broom, do something.
Well, yeah,
So,
you guys.
I mean,
You guys had the light
Okay.
bomb, and then the Hanzo Dragon's Arrow there every time for those stacked up damage CC combos. You led the way though, Bashing, and for me that was definitely our top performance of game 1.
I mean, it just comes down to the way our team communicates. Because if Broom says look for something, I'll look for something, and sometimes I'll try to force it.
And then you also pilled with the Entomb one time when
Yes.
I think it was the ETC that caught and I was about to get wrecked, and then you moshed him so his entire team wasn't there, or not moshed him, you entombed him, So that was actually like appealing into him as well as engaging. So he did incredibly well there.
400 IQ.
Oh, yeah. No, it was on accident.
Yeah, he accidentally picked Leo and then accidentally had all of his keys.
Well,
Okay.
well, Broom G, and interesting, maybe we got to talk about this. Broom Boy and Broom G, do you guys ever confuse yourselves when you're saying stuff in comms? And how did it feel game number 3 getting to play the Chromie on the big stage?
So we don't confuse ourselves because I'm Broom and she's G in comms, oddly enough. As for the Chromie, she just stepped away to grab a celebratory beer, but I'll
Nice.
answer on her behalf.
Sure.
It's something I think pre-rework that like she was extremely dominant on and then kind of shied away from it before. But it was something that suited the map, I would say. And man, I think she had about 10 kills and 6 assists.
It was 10 kills,
Yeah.
0 deaths, 6 assists. Yes.
Yeah, it was exactly what we needed to finish off a lot of the kills. I thought she played fantastic.
Chat saying 3-0 sweep for the brooms. A play on words yet relevant.
Yeah. Wow.
Love
Okay.
to hear it. Love to read it.
Oh.
Well,
Let the
Future
memes
Broom,
begin.
Is that Venus's alt account with these puns? What are we dealing with here? Anyway.
This is that.
Well, I don't have any further questions. All I can really do, if you guys want, is possibly just continue to praise you. I think, Murda, if you have any left, go ahead and let those out. If not, let's give them the stage, give them the mic.
Well, I
let
wanted to
them say what
quickly
they wanna
just
say.
I wanted to quickly just recap your playoff run through the East and all the way now winning the Grand Championship. You guys knocked off Probius, you knocked off Lubu, you finished the day onto Team Tiny, and here it is up against Cosmos. Do you feel your run was meant to be, or was it just the teamwork, the dedication? What was it this season that brought you guys to this Grand Championship?
For me,
Viper.
I mean, Viper definitely, with his scouting, I think really equipped us to turn our game around mid-season. It's something we just kind of did 15 minutes before the games prior to the playoffs, and boy, does it help. I think, honestly, coming together as a team and just stabilizing. We were great in spots and we were awful in spots during the regular season. And then we really learned to play more as a team instead of 5 people playing the game. And super proud of everyone for putting the work and grinding out those horrible Storm League sessions together. But yeah, congrats everyone.
Well, definitely congrats. Before we let you go, you guys have to have some time for some shout-outs. Any final words from the Scalding Sweat Cult?
I'll kick it over to my team. I think everyone's tired of listening to me talk by now.
Yeah, so I'd like to shout out all of our opponents the entire season. They were all. I think I've mentioned this in the last time I interviewed. Like everyone was incredibly good. Like this season was very, very highly contested. Everyone was very skilled. So whomever did the matchmaking did a fantastic job. Everyone in the playoffs, we all played our hearts out, and it showed that everyone did their research, and it made it very competitive games.
I definitely want to sneak one in actually and go against what I wanted to say. I wanted to shout out our 2 members that had to go down to sub roles due to personal reasons. I think they definitely helped me grow as a shot caller and a captain throughout the season. And we definitely couldn't have been in the position we are now without their contributions. So I want to make sure they're recognized. And anyone else got any shout outs?
I think we have to shout out Valk's mom, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously you guys, thank you very much for casting, the viewers for watching, NGS for putting this all together. Another successful season. Well done, guys.
Amen. Well,
Thank you.
it's definitely our pleasure to cast it. That was very exciting to watch. I'm sure you guys have plenty of celebrating to do, so we'll let you go. Congrats again. Scalding, Sweat Cult, the Division C Grand Champions of Season 9. Congrats, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to get Slexia back on the line. You guys are like, where'd she go? We were in a private call, and we went over to the NGS Discord. But now we're back. Here's Slexia. I just got to hit one button.
What's up?
There she is. What's up?
Wow. What's up? How are you doing? That was crazy. A 3-0. I mean,
3-0.
they did a great job. I would be terrified to play against them. Very unexpected comps from the get-go. Like, you think you have the best comp, right? You're the other team, you draft for the map, and then you just get blown up and annihilated and are never able to secure a kill. They did such a great job. Game 2 was super close, but I mean, they got the DK. I think I'm going to put my shades back on so we can get out of here.
Well, Slexia, I have to send a very special shout out to you tonight. You filled in last minute. You did an amazing job as always. One of my favorite personalities here to cast with in NGS. Always have a good time, and tonight was no different than ever. Thank you for being here, and thanks for being with me all season, doing a lot of casting here on the NGS channel. Hoping to do more in the future, especially next season, Season 10.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I love casting with you. The energy is so insane. It makes me feel like I improve. I mean, you're an excellent caster. You're my favorite. And thank you guys for hanging out. Feel free to follow me on Twitter or on Twitch. And Zingaju, here's my cam. I doubt your hair still, but here you go. Murda, tell everyone who you are and what you be do.
Well, yeah, you can find me, twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Of course, message me over on Discord. Always willing to chat with you guys. Might be doing some, like, community coaching here during the off season. So if you are trying to improve some play and you want to learn from someone who gets to watch a lot of Heroes of the Storm, feel free to stop on over twitch.tv/MurdaRG. That's gonna do it for tonight, though. We have our grand champions. They have been crowned. They're called the Scalding Sweat Cult out of the East. And until next time, I've been Murda. She's been Slexia. You guys have been fantastic, and we'll see you in the Nexus. Diablo Apox, leap of faith again by Anduin Vildanslo, and Medivh's gonna be able to finish him off. 3 kills, a triple for PFM, and now Diablo being surrounded. Fade falling to 25% health, Condemn, and Diablo's down. That might be the actual play of the game. They find another kill.
Apocalypse coming out, though. Red team. Oh my god! Red team almost got him. Axon jumping over to get some kills. Ragnarok getting the concussion mine, knocking him out into the fray. Oh, the definition of unlucky.